Recently, you made some headlines for saying that you felt gun control laws wouldn't deter terrorists. Explain to folks.
Interesting. Well, you know, these are these things where, first of all, I was in a situation, we do what we call the dog and pony.
Right.
We're out doing the dog and pony selling a picture. And you get sometimes you get what you feel is slightly ambushed by somebody who's really got an agenda. And that's sort of, I think, that's my opinion of what happened to me the other day.
Happy to be in his box. Got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he brings them up and where they started.
Anti-vaxxer? I believe
An anti-vaxxer?
I believe so, yeah. Just saying.
Way to bring it down,
but
Joy. I'm just kidding.
You were in, I think he just won and ran towards you. Like, I feel like that's what I would do. Like, that's Matthew McConaughey.
I think I was sitting in just the right seat. He was coming down the stairs. I was on the back right up top, so there I was.
Surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
no, nobody, none. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it.
I'm Jewish. Okay. Which month is Jewish History Month? There isn't one. Oh.
So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have?
It's not color, it's culture.
Hollywood loves to push its woke narratives, but these actors had no problem shutting them down, right in the middle of interviews. From awkward moments to bold truths, you're about to see how your favorite stars handled woke reporters with absolute class. Stay tuned for some of the best takedowns you'll ever see. Let's kick things off with Samuel L. Jackson, and he's never one to hold back. While promoting Django Unchained, Jackson had one of his most memorable moments during a press interview.
Surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
no, nobody, none. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it.
When asked about the film's heavy use of the N-word, the reporter's hesitation was obvious, but Jackson, with his trademark directness, challenged him to say it out loud.
You want to move on to another question?
Okay, awesome. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
Will you say it?
No, fuck no. That's not the same thing.
Why do you want me to
They're
say it?
They're gonna bleep it when you say it on your show. Say it.
I can't say it. If I say it, this question it won't make air.
Okay, forget it.
Okay, I'll skip it. Sorry, guys. It was a good question.
No, it wasn't.
It was a great question.
It wasn't a great question if you can't say the word.
He smirked and said, "Go ahead, say it." The reporter fumbled, clearly uncomfortable, and Jackson just stared him down, not letting up.
The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it. You want to move on to another question?
Okay.
For Jackson, this moment wasn't just about the film. It was about confronting the hypocrisy of the media. The reporter wanted to discuss the issue without facing it directly, and Jackson wasn't about to let him off the hook.
I don't want to say it.
Come on.
Will you say it?
No, fuck no. That's not the same thing.
This powerful interaction was a reminder that sometimes forcing people to confront uncomfortable truths is the only way to get past empty politeness and dive into real conversation. Next, we have Morgan Freeman, who made headlines with his unfiltered thoughts on racial labels. In an interview with 60 Minutes, Freeman was asked about Black History Month, and his answer took the interviewer and many viewers by surprise.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well,
I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history, he said.
I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either.
Freeman went on to explain his thoughts on race and how, in his view, constantly dividing people by race only keeps racism alive. The idea that Black history is separate from American history was, to Freeman, missing the point. He argued that if we truly want equality, we need to stop thinking of people by their skin color and see each other as individuals.
I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it.
Do you want a White History Month? Freeman asked, which left the interviewer speechless. He continued, the only way to end racism is to stop talking about it.
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
It's a bold stance in a world where racial identity is often at the center of discussions, but Freeman's response showed his belief in universal equality over division. His words were simple, direct, and powerful, challenging everyone watching to rethink how we talk about race and history.
I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman. You want to say, well, I know this white guy named Mike Wallace.
Now let's talk about Denzel Washington. Known for his wisdom both on and off screen, Denzel is never afraid to offer a different perspective. During a press event for his film Fences, a reporter tried to stir the pot by asking why Denzel chose a black director for the film.
So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have?
It's not
produced this
color,
work?
it's culture.
Implying that only someone of the same race could understand the story. But Denzel wasn't having it. He replied calmly, "It's not about color, it's about culture."
Explain the difference, because I think we're in a
Steven
space
Spielberg
right
did Schindler's List. Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, right? Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but they're cultural differences.
He explained that while race might seem like the defining factor, it's actually cultural experience that brings authenticity to a story. To Denzel, someone like Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese could tell the story just as well if they shared the cultural context.
I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference. So it's the culture.
"I chose the best person for the job," he said, reminding everyone that talent and experience are what matter in storytelling, not skin color. Denzel's response wasn't just about defending his choice. It was a lesson in looking beyond superficial labels. He challenged the notion that only certain people can tell certain stories, emphasizing the importance of understanding culture rather than dividing people by race. With one answer, Denzel flipped the entire conversation, showing how woke reporters often miss the point when it comes to storytelling.
See how everybody laughed? That's a cultural difference. That's not a race difference. That's just that motion. That's all I gotta say, right?
I know what a hot comb is.
Okay.
All right.
In his quiet, firm way, he reminded us all that stories come from experience, not from the color of one's skin. After that, we have Kurt Russell, who has never shied away from calling out Hollywood's obsession with politics. Russell, a Hollywood veteran, is known for his strong opinions on staying out of divisive debates. When he was asked in an interview about his thoughts on gun control, he gave an answer that took a different path than the reporter likely expected.
Recently, you made some headlines for saying that you felt gun control laws wouldn't deter terrorists. Explain to folks.
Well, you know, these are these things where, first of all, I was in a situation, we do what we call the dog and pony.
Right.
We're out doing the dog and pony selling a picture. And you get kind of, sometimes you get what you feel is slightly ambushed by somebody who's really got an agenda. And that's sort of, I think, that's my opinion of what happened to me the other day.
When the interviewer brought up Hollywood's stance on gun control, Russell quickly cut through the question, saying Hollywood should stick to making movies, not telling people how to think. He didn't just shut down the question, he called out the entire industry for getting overly political and reminded everyone that fantasy and reality are two different things.
The last thing I like to watch is entertainers or actors get political. It's just something I can't stand watching. So having said that, no, I was kind of asked to put it in context somehow with this movie. You know, my personal feeling is that there's a big difference between Fantasyland and reality. Fantasyland is what we do. You're either writing something, writing a song, writing a book, doing a movie, doing a television show. That's Fantasyland. And that's where that stuff belongs.
According to him, Hollywood should entertain, not preach. Russell's stance is that celebrities, despite their platform, aren't automatically experts in every issue. His bold move to draw a line between Hollywood and politics left the interviewer speechless.
In reality, when we're dealing with things like terrorism and whatnot, we're all going to have different opinions on how to do it and how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Mine happens to be that I think there's a very strong reason Founding Fathers had for the Second Amendment, and that is that no government ever hasn't had to fight its own people, and its own people hasn't had to fight its own government. We had our Civil War. If that Second Amendment hadn't been there, those people would not have had the opportunity to do what they considered was defending their life, their way, their style of living.
In today's climate, where celebrities often use their influence to voice political opinions, Russell's words stand as a powerful reminder that art and activism don't always have to mix.
So I just leave it open for interpretation by all different people and just say we're all in this together and we're gonna hear each other talk about it.
Is that the last time you're going to talk politics as an actor?
Till I'm asked to later, I'll be asked in an hour and a half about it. You know, once they trot that pony out there, I go let it go.
And finally, we have Matthew McConaughey, whose laid-back charm didn't stop him from handling a politically charged question on The View. Promoting his memoir, McConaughey found himself drawn into a debate on gun control when Joy Behar asked, "Could you ever get elected in Texas if you supported gun control?"
I want to applaud you for being so outspoken against violence and gun violence in particular. And you're a Texan, and you spoke so passionately at the White House last year in the wake of that shooting at Robb Elementary. Now you have launched the Green Lights Grant Initiative to help make schools safer.
Yes.
Please tell us about that.
Thank you for the opportunity to. So what we found out after what happened at Robb Elementary and many other schools, first bill was passed in 30 years to help make schools safer. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. Billions of dollars to safe schools.
It was a loaded question, clearly designed to trap him in a divisive topic. But McConaughey wasn't biting. Instead, he answered in his usual cool, collected way, saying he refused to play political games. "I'm here to share my story, not to be a politician," he responded. No grandstanding, no pandering, just straight talk about his desire to stay true to himself.
In 2021, you considered to run for governor of the state of Texas. Do you think political office is in your future? Can you see that?
If it's where I would deem myself to be most useful,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing. To give you a direct statement right there.
In a world where many celebrities jump at the chance to make political statements, McConaughey's refusal to be pigeonholed was refreshing. These actors aren't afraid to speak their minds, even when it means going against the woke Hollywood narrative. They've shown us that sometimes the best way to shut down a loaded question is with truth, grace, and a little bit of humor. Whether it's through a sharp response or simply refusing to engage, they've reminded us that authenticity always wins. So, which actor's takedown impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more bold moments from your favorite stars.